Yeah. And
Go
then,
ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead and practice the intro right now. Pretend like you're starting to record.
All right, let me get comfortable then.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the Mama's Boys podcast, episode 4. I'm your host, Raymond, and my co-hosts, Tommy J and Teapot. Finally got Ty on the podcast today. You've been really busy lately. On Mama's Boys podcast, basically we're just talking about anything that comes to mind, as well as just reviewing like anime, video games, sometimes like stuff that's just going on in the world, but we'd love to share it with you guys. But let's get into it. How are you guys doing? Let's start over on the other side of the country. Teapot, how has your week been?
Well, Raymond and Tommy, thank you for inviting me onto the podcast. I'm excited to co-host with you guys. I have been busy as hell trying to get ready for this podcast. Computer, mic, everything like that. Besides that, I'm a working man, keeping busy. Got some goals for the future, and I'm trying to make them happen. How about you, Tommy? Over there in Utah.
Yep, that's where I am. I'm real glad to have T on the podcast now. And we've been anticipating this moment, more than anyone anticipated, even Endgame. But this week, yeah, I've been pretty good. I've been writing songs, and I had a big moment of eureka, or whatever you could say, a big burst of motivation recently, and just moved on from the book I was reading. Other than that, I really haven't done that much, but
What book was that?
The book I was reading was just a joke book. It was about like sarcasm and stuff like that. It was really funny though. And now I've moved on to a story. It's called Eco Castle in the Mist. I've heard it's pretty good, and I'm excited to read it.
Weren't you reading a book about like psychology or like the dark arts or some shit like that before?
What?
I remember you mentioned something
No,
about
no,
reading a
no,
book
no.
like that.
I was saying I want to read books on social psychology, but I never. I mean, I got a few like bought. I just haven't gotten around to read them. I also was starting to read a book about Norse mythology. That one was kind of boring, so I dropped it. But I'll probably pick it back up later.
Okay. Dang, that sounds great. You guys do anything throughout the week? What's been up?
Oh shoot, me, Teapot over here. I've been hanging out with my lady friend and working, but also I've been reading too. I've been reading a lot of mindset books lately. Trying to get funky with the mind. You know what I'm saying?
Really? What
Yeah,
ones?
yeah. Oh, the classics. 4-hour work week. We got the Divergent. Oh wait, that's just a regular book. We got the Rich Dad Poor Dad over here. We got the day hikes in the Pacific Northwest.
Day hikes?
Oh man. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
What's that one about?
Hikes. Just getting in the reading. I've probably read like one page so far. Out of
Each
out
or
of
just one?
out of each probably, but hoping to get 2, maybe 3.
Make that goal for 10 a day.
10 a day, baby. Okay, all right. I think we can do 2.
Okay, work it up slowly,
Before before my brain goes, hey, look, a squirrel.
Yeah, you gotta compensate for, short attention span sometimes, so gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh yeah.
I remember when, well, actually, I mean, even still now, to stay focused, sometimes I'll put on some, I don't know if you listen to, like, binaural beats, but sometimes I'll put those on, and they help me, they'll help me focus. I'll put it on, like, Spotify or something, and it'll just, like, play, and I'll start reading, and it'll keep my mind focused on the task. I don't know
Bet you
what
wear a
the
healing
science
crystal
behind
as well.
I listen to a lot of indie folk.
that. Yeah, I do actually. I wear a healing crystal. It actually, I got it surgically implanted into my forehead like Little Uzi and his gem.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, what is it? What could you afford? Fake gold? Fool's gold?
No, it wasn't fake gold. It was like, I found it on Wish. It was this green crystal that said I'd unlock earthbending powers if I if I purchased it for $98.99.
Hey, how long did it take to ship you? 6 months?
It's not here.
Oh, okay.
It's been 2 years.
Speaking of mindset books, though, I actually started reading this really good one. It's called Lord of the Flies.
Actually, I like that one. I'll let you could. No, yeah.
Yeah, I just finished that one not too long ago, and oh my gosh, dude,
Sometimes
that's a
I feel
kid's
like-
book.
I'm gonna call spoilers right now, but when they push Piggy off that damn cliff, oh my god.
Sometimes I feel like Piggy, you know what I'm saying?
Hey T, it's okay. It's okay.
I know. I'm sorry. Get a little emotional sometimes.
That book was so gory.
They said
It
his
would've been high
brain
school.
started coming out of his head. Like, that's a kid's book. What the hell?
I know. Imagine you
read
one
it
of the
in
kids
seventh
and you
grade.
watched. What was that?
So we read it in 7th grade. Come on, man. Come on, you can't do that
know.
to us.
Everybody was
do that
laughing
to
too
us.
when that part came out. Everybody thought it was funny. But, what if they were Piggy in that situation? Or one of the kids that watched their friend fall and get
I
their
knew.
shit rocked by a rock?
Well, Raymond, Tommy, I know I would have been Piggy of the class.
You think the class would have killed you?
Oh yeah. I talk too much. Yeah, they would have.
That's true, but you always kept it lively.
Shit, lively my ass.
No, it's true. It's true. You kept it so lively, people wanted you unlively.
Yes.
Oh,
Fair
that was
enough.
a good one. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah, I laughed so hard.
Bro, I'm just a funny guy. Speaking about funny things, for Halloween, Tom, I actually was thinking if you're gonna be Judy Hopps, the mistress of love, then maybe I should be Jeff Foxworthy, not Jeff Foxworthy. No, the Fox guy. I forgot his name.
Yeah, and maybe T-Bone over here. Oh, sorry, not T-Bone. Teapot couldn't be
Well, his
You know
name
the you remember
changed.
you remember the big elephant?
Well, so hold on. I know you're gonna compare me to the elephant,
No,
but
I'm just saying.
I'm
What
thinking
elephant?
I'm more of the sloth guy. You know?
Oh, that would be funny actually.
Yeah.
Huh.
But Judy Hopps, Tommy, I'd love to see you, do a little cosplay for me.
Do a little
Get in town.
dance.
Yeah, we can get you on TikTok and kind of like let you strut your stuff, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
no,
can-
that sounds great. I
We
could
can even
totally.
we can cut out little nipple holes.
Okay.
Okay.
Now Judy Hopps is a female character.
Okay. I need
No,
to
but I
go
thought
online and remember some quotes from Judy Hopps.
I mean, yeah, shoot, you make up your own.
Yeah,
But
pretty much.
who? But I don't think T should be an elephant unless it's Horton. Maybe he should be.
Yo, I'm thinking the sloth, man.
Maybe the gorilla from Sing. What's so funny?
Raymond, wouldn't that be you?
Which gorilla? The deadbeat dad or the one that sing?
But it'd be Dad. I'll be the one that sings. Go get the milk,
That's
buddy.
Johnny. That's my boy.
Oh man, Disney movies are great, right? Wait, is that Disney? It's Disney, right?
No,
Is it Disney? Is it
No.
no,
Pixar?
it's not.
It's Pixar,
Oh,
right?
it's
It's
no.
Illumination. Is it Illumination?
Oh my
Yeah, it's
gosh. I'm bad at
Illumination.
this. Look,
Hey,
look.
at least I
I'm bad.
broke out of jail to come see your shit, even though I missed it and I was late.
Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father.
Oh man, he probably got put on a terrorist watch list after that.
He prefers the term daddy.
Daddy, can we get some crumpets?
That was the most American British accent I've ever heard.
Oh, I know. Daddy, can we have some baked beans?
Yeah, I mean now you just offended like one person in the audience, so the hate comments are rolling in.
Oh no. Oh, I don't know how to handle this.
Speaking of handling this, though, back to our topic of the day.
Oh yeah. So back to what we were talking about earlier with mindset. You guys were mentioning books and stuff. On that, I would kind of like to share, what I've been up to this week. So, since y'all didn't ask, fuck y'all. Anyway, so this week I've been doing a lot of reflection, because obviously you need to have a solid mindset to be able to keep up with stuff that you're doing, such as podcasts plus a job plus other stuff, maybe like starting a business or something, or else it's gonna feel like things are coming at you 100 miles an hour, so you kind of have to keep that mindset going every day, all day while you do this stuff, or else you're going to get overwhelmed. You got to be good at or at least be trying to get better at what do we call it, managing time management, which is also part of the mindset, because it takes a strong person to be able to actually go through what they say they're going to go do during the day. You know what I mean? If I say I'm going to go to the gym at 4 a.m., I gotta go through with it. And I think I read an article about when you do that, it's kind of the same thing when you I guess when is it dopamine or serotonin gets released into your brain because it's a small win and you're excited about it and you just did it. So scientists say to actually start off with small wins during the day. That's why people have morning schedules, such as getting up, making your bed. That counts as a win. Brushing your teeth, doing other stuff, meal prepping for the week. After you're done, you feel really good because you completed something, and now you don't have to worry about that for the time being.
Right.
So, getting back to what I was saying, so I've been doing a lot of self-reflection, and I was actually trying to buy some more books, but the book I've been reading right now is called Atomic Habits. It's a pretty popular one at the moment for a lot of people. Excuse me?
I said it's a great book.
Did you read it?
I have
did you
not,
happen to read
but I have heard about it, and I have the book.
You have it.
I am reading a different book at the moment. In all
Okay.
seriousness, I am reading The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield.
The War of Art. Okay. What's that one mainly about?
Breaking through the blocks to win your inner creative battles. It's pretty good. It's just about, just doing it, and gives some great advice, and he also narrates the voice, and he has a cool voice, so it makes the book even better to listen to.
Oh, you have the
I
audio.
highly recommend it. Yes.
Oh, that's okay. I read a lot of Grant Cardone's real estate books on Audible because, the voice, plus Crush It by Gary Vee, all that. Anyway, So, also, "Crush It" by Gary Vee was a really good one. I liked when
Ooh,
he uh, narrated that on Audible as well. It was perfect.
yeah, he kept
And
chiming in with stuff that wasn't written down. It was cool.
I love him. But
Yeah,
back to
he's a good
Atomic
cat.
Habits. For all of you that don't know, I'm not going to spoil, anything, but I'm just gonna explain. Anyway, Atomic Habits. It's mainly about like how habits form, how you can form them, how to keep them consistent, and not like not back down in the middle of the process of you actually forming these habits. Because a lot of habits, for example, you want to start eating better, and you start doing that for the first few days, and then you stop after a while. What the book does is it gives you tips and tricks and advice on how to keep those habits that you're building consistent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
And I really love that. So that's what I'm reading. And I just recently finished a book called Tax Free Wealth. And it was basically just talking about the tax code, write-offs, all that stuff. Just gives you insight on taxes and how you can use it to your advantage. Just all the stuff just anybody who doesn't read that book doesn't know about. But yeah. And then this week I've just been doing a lot of voiceover auditions on Casting Call Club, which I'll leave down in the description if you guys need a voiceover for your little YouTube animation projects.
Right.
And just all over Twitter as well. There's so many voiceover casting calls on Twitter. But the thing about the voiceover business is that it requires a strong mindset because you're getting rejected constantly from people, until you actually get that role.
Mhm.
Like a little bit ago, I auditioned for 2 roles for this anime game that I auditioned for a little bit ago. I just said that twice. I'm kind of illiterate. Anyway, company actually emailed me back, said, sorry, fool. You ain't get the role.
What are the
And I
Canadian
was all
now?
like,
Sorry, fool.
yeah, they said, ooh.
That definitely didn't sound Canadian. I thought they add the word maple in every sentence.
No, no, they don't add the word
Yeah, you ain't the
maple.
maple today.
I ain't the maple. I ain't the right maple. I'm not Miss Buttersworth.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. Miss Buttersworth. Ooh, yeah.
Actually, I've heard canned maple syrup is apparently the best.
They have
Really?
canned.
Really? You
They have
communist.
canned
That is
maple syrup.
disgusting.
I don't know, but if we ever go up to Canada together, we should all get bagged milk and a canned maple syrup.
I'd be damned before I drink a milk out of a Ziploc bag. Do I look like Mordecai and Rigby to you?
Hey, do I look broke?
No, apparently that's how they pack their milk.
That's how they pack their milk.
Yeah, you buy a jug of milk, you get a big bag.
So do single mothers. I'm good.
Hey, we're not, but and to be clear, we're not making fun of Canadian milk.
No,
I mean,
talk about
Tyler.
cultural appropriation.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Bag milk is fine. It's fine. I was just not used to it.
Yeah, because
But
you're
if it's in a
American.
can, yeah, I know. If it's in a can though, that would be interesting. I know they got box milk, so.
Right.
I'm just, I mean, breast milk goes in Ziploc bags, not
Well, we
not
are the
milk.
mama's
I'm
boys.
good. I'm good. I'm good.
That is true. That is true. Mommy, sorry. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Yeah, so you're getting rejected constantly, with voiceover auditions all the time. So you have to have a solid mindset to know that eventually you will get that role that you wanted, that you worked so hard to get. Of course, in the meantime, I'm saving up money from work, so that way I can, afford to pay for like classes. I'm trying to get into more voiceover animation and video games niche. Is it called niche or niche or niche?
I call it
But,
niche.
niche. Okay. Well, I've been trying to just save up so that way I could be able to afford classes. And I talked to other people about it. They're all like, "Get a coach and stuff. Get a coach." But I don't know. Coaches are there to help you improve on stuff you got, but I don't got nothing yet, so I should probably get class. But anyway, that's out. That's all I had to say about that. In aspects of you guys' life, like, what do you think mindset comes into play? T, how about you?
Which one?
I was talking about in certain parts of your life that you do, whether it's with you trying to get into comedy or real estate or
Well,
whatever. Where do you think what parts in your life do you train your mindset the hardest, so you can focus on more to do better at?
well, my
Does that make
question
sense?
was, which tea? Because there's Tommy and then there's Teapot. But I'm
Well,
assuming
I'm
you're
gonna say Tommy
giving
if
the
I'm
mic
talking
to
to
me.
him. Yeah, I'm
Oh
talking to you.
shoot! Oh shoot! All right. Well, I think I think in a lot of areas of my life, mindset, good mindset stuff comes into play every single day. Discipline is a big one. I have a lot of it, but I like to procrastinate, and I like to. I wouldn't say I have a lot of discipline, probably because discipline is doing something you hate. Well, hold on. I can't describe it. That's bad.
Like
Well, I
perseverance.
think it's more doing something that doesn't matter if you like it or not. You have to do, and you're disciplined
Right,
enough to continue and truck through it, even though you don't want to
right.
do it. Such as waking up early to go to the gym or eating that salad you should be eating instead of that Wingstop. You know what I'm talking about?
So I've never had Wingstop, but I really like it. Anyways, I yeah, I think discipline I have quite a bit of, but I do not have drive when it comes to things that I do not care for. Like if I'm working to get a lot of money, I usually can, even if I do not like it, I will work hard and I will double down even though I'm stressed out or whatnot. So, and then of course discipline comes with, helps with that. But when it comes to like working out and stuff, it's been hard for me because I am a person who, when gets frustrated, gives up easily and avoids my problems. So that is something I'm working on. That is something that that is definitely something I need to work on. But yeah, um I think mindset plays an important role in every single thing you do. A lot of people
Yeah.
don't focus on their mindset; they focus on their appearance, and whatnot. And I think more people need to focus on their minds, not so much their um, looks and stuff. I think all is important, but I don't think we focus on the what's really important. You know, like our mindset, like training ourselves to be a better person.
Hmm.
I truly do agree with that. The one
A
thing
lot of
I
jumbo.
learned,
Sorry, I
excuse
didn't
me.
mean to interrupt you like a Jew. Like a Jew. I didn't mean to do that. I feel bad. But yeah, a lot of mumble jumbo, but I do believe it to be somewhat true. If anything, if anything came out of that spill of beans, I don't even know. I don't even know. You go ahead, Raymond.
Oh, oh yeah, no, you're good. You're good. I was gonna say I agree with you a lot. A lot of people don't focus on actually training their mindset in the way they should. Mainly because there's this toxic thing I think going around. Just because I experienced it, with some people I knew down here, and that thing is hustling 24/7 when you don't really need to. And I
Right.
personally heard from Gary Vee as well, and not even from Gary too, from Ryan Panetta, a lot of other entrepreneurs, that it isn't about hustling 24/7, because we're not in the days when they first started where they had to do that. We have more comfort and stability knowing that we have it a little bit easier because of technology now. What we should be doing is really time management and getting stuff done in reasonable time periods, so that way we can spend a majority of the day focusing on our mindset, spending time with our families. You know what I mean? Instead of
Right.
trying to hustle all day every day, because there's a big difference from being what do you say, there's a big difference between being busy and being productive. You can be on the computer all day, and I've experienced this. I've done it myself. You can be on the computer all day thinking you're doing stuff, but really made no progress. Or you could be on your computer for an hour or 5 hours and get a shit ton of stuff done. You know what I mean? And then go about your day and do the rest of the stuff that you were planning on doing. Go to the gym, go play video games, hang out with your family. You know what I mean? In those time periods.
Right. Right. If I could ask you guys a question, and I'm sorry if I hope I didn't interrupt you, Raymond.
Well, I wasn't talking, so you didn't.
Well. I didn't know where we should transition the conversation. I don't know.
Go ahead, Ink.
But
Go ahead.
well, Tommy, Raymond, I am curious to ask you this question. Do you have a hard time completing things? Because I know I talked about it a little bit, but it's just like real estate and stuff. When things get tough and when I'm not feeling like it's going well, I give up easily. Um, what what are some aspects in your life that you feel like, what's a bad flaw you have that you're trying to overcome? Like mine is clearly just, I think what sparked it for me is even in high school. I would do sports and stuff, and then I would get hit hard or something wouldn't go well, and I would feel discomfort and a lot of it, and then I would give up. I would give up the next day, because discomfort isn't something I wanted. Um, so it's something I'm working towards, finding what, just finding that discomfort and pushing towards it, not away from it when it comes my way. So what is something that really you're flawed with, but you're working towards?
Oh, am I going?
Yeah, I was gonna let you answer first. I know I talk
Okay,
a lot.
cool. I think my issue is not so much finishing things, because of, when I get going, I typically follow through till the end once I get going. I think my issue is just getting going. I have a hard time starting projects. It's like I let's say I want to go make a song or something. I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow, and then tomorrow comes by. I'm like, I'll do it the day after, and then the day after comes by. I just keep pushing it off. But once I get going, I know that once you get the ball rolling, it's hard to stop it. So then when I get into the motion of doing things, all of a sudden I'm like, oh wow, this is a lot easier. Why do I push it off so much? And so that's something I'm currently working on more, and I think this podcast has really helped with that recently.
Yeah, oh man, that is something I had an issue with. A lot of procrastination, but also when I start getting the ball rolling and I see progress and stuff, I think that really helps. But sometimes even that doesn't stop my brain from being frustrated. I think a lot of it comes from childhood stuff, but yeah, man, awesome. Yeah, it's good to know that we're not, we're all, working on different things, and we're not perfect, but we try to improve. How about you, Raymond?
Well, I do have to say, my thing, I don't think I've ever really had too much of. I mean, I guess that in the past I've had issues with getting stuff started, but in recent years, I've been having a better time at just getting the money up if I want to start something new, and then getting it started, or getting in the place I need to get it started. But one of the biggest issues I have is why I'm doing it. You know, a lot of the time when I tell my family, or my other family, or people that we know what I'm doing, and I did this to you guys as well at some point too. I learned to not do it again. But when you tell people you're doing something, they have a time limit of when they feel like it should be done. Such
Yeah.
as, you know what I mean? When I was telling my family I was trying to do real estate, they were expecting me to have, deals closed the next week. They'd be calling me saying, "Oh, you closed one yet? You closed one yet?" You know? And it was just something that, I didn't like. I didn't like hearing about it. And, you know, I went and talked to my mom about it, and, I remembered I was doing it too. And she was telling me that, people, have different timelines for when they want things done. Some people want to start out slow and, go from there. So I shouldn't rush people, and if I feel like I'm being rushed by people, I need to ignore them and do my own thing. And it felt like at some points I was just doing what I had to do to kind of impress people, to make people think that, I am more than what I am, and I guess as well, staying consistent with it, because I'll continue doing it and I'll be in that sector, but sometimes I'll veer away and stuff, or I'll start procrastinating because things aren't going as well, like you said, and it'll get frustrating. But in recent years I've been better at sticking to it, even though it's hard. But the second it starts to feel like a chore or something that I'm forced to do, I don't want to do it and I dip. Which I don't think is bad, but I just want to just learn how to be productive throughout the entire process. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have the same problem, when people push me, it sparks the frustration, and then I tend to give up faster because, when I was trying out the real estate here in um or
You doxed yourself.
across the land, um um the whole community knew, trying to, and they would always tell me, "How's the process going? How's this going?" And it's good to have people, doing that, but it's when people expect you to be farther or whatever, at a certain point, it's like it gets really frustrating, and I think it adds a lot of pressure to the head, and it tends to be negative more than it's positive. Support is great, but when you're expecting someone to be in a certain place at a certain time, it's hard, because everyone has their own pace, and we shouldn't force people to
Right.
to be at a certain point.
Yeah, I think I also have an issue with that, because not so much my friends, but I'd say more so my family members. I'll tell them hey, I'm working on a song, and then obviously that would go a lot slower for me, but they'll be like the next day, "Hey, where's that song?" And they'll be like, "That's awesome. Are you gonna sing it to me?" I'm like, bitch, I just started writing it. Hold on.
Yeah,
Leave me
They want to see
alone.
the whole album.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's me with writing comedy right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and it's there's a lot of self-doubt with when you are writing and making art like that, because then people are you're just starting making it, and everyone's just "Hey, I want to see it, I want to hear it," and you're just hold on, I'm still working on it. Please leave me alone.
It's like, damn, I ain't Drake. Calm down.
Yeah, like chill.
Exactly. My son
And
ain't
then they
white.
look at me and they go, "Well, you're never gonna be Drake if like you don't start seeing your music for people. How do you expect to sing in
Yeah,
public if you
yeah.
don't start seeing it?" I'm like, it'll happen when it happens.
There's a lot of I think a lot of that comes in people want to see you exceed because they're not succeeding. And so when you tell them you're starting something big, and you're trying for it, a lot of people have self-doubt for you, but they also have self-doubt in themselves, because maybe they tried stuff and they never completed it. So maybe they're trying to give you that extra nudge, but the extra nudge is sometimes a lot, and it could be a very bad thing for you. Um, I know it is for me sometimes, So I'm glad we're all on. I'm glad we all have that problem because I
Absolutely.
thought I was alone in that one.
Nah, man, nah. That extra nudge can be really like pressure filled for a lot of
Oh
people.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
some people I think they try living vicariously through you, like succeeding
Yes.
vicariously through you, and it's like, calm down. Like, my success will be my success on my time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
Oh
think
yeah.
people want you to succeed so they can kind of piggyback. They're like, "Oh my God." Well, you know,
Well, and I think a lot of people want you to succeed as well because they want you to like they want you to succeed and then go to them and they could have like the rights to say, I was that friend who made you who you are, or like to try to take
right.
responsibility in a sense for some of your success. And at the end of the day, no, like your success is primarily your success.
I think it also is more innocent than that. I think sometimes it's coming from a good place. Yes,
Right.
there are some people that are clearly doing it for their own
Like bragging
benefit.
rights.
Yeah, yeah, but I think like our parents and stuff, it's definitely a good place, but it's like there's a point, It's like just let the process happen. You can ask me how it's going and give me some kind of encouragement to keep fighting, but when's it done? What's the process looking like right now? Oh, push, push, push.
Right.
But yeah, no, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Absolutely. Parents, I feel like in some cases, yeah, it can be innocent. Other cases, I feel like they just want to be able to, say, hey, that's my son who's up there doing that.
Right. I think we all can get in that mindset. I think it's easy to get in that mindset. I mean, we've been there before, I'm sure. I'm sure we have.
Absolutely.
That's my baby boy. I made him who he is today.
You know,
Yeah.
it could be just a friend training you in the gym,
Yeah.
Absolutely. I made this homunculus.
Yes, I made
And
this
protege.
chunky monkey over here. Yeah, so I'll give the mic back to you, Raymond, But yeah.
Hey, yeah, no, yeah, and even in the gym, I had this one bebop, if we're still calling him that, who I was training, in the gym, and like I guess like a month in, she tells me she is actually going to start training with the rival powerlifting team, and I was really salty, I shouldn't have been, but just like the fact that we weren't doing anything like I wasn't doing anything wrong. And it's like I don't get why, But stuff like that, you just gotta get over it, because even like personal trainers, they get that the client wants to go and work with somebody else, or maybe you take lessons with somebody with guitar and you want to go to a different teacher.
Oh, trust me, I've had those problems.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Well, and I think something important, coming from the mindset of like a teacher or from their perspective, is that they need to understand that your student's success is not your success, and it should not be recognized as your success. I mean, sure, credit should be given where it's due. So like, yes, you always be like the person who taught that person, but let's say your student doesn't want to teach or learn under you anymore. Like as a teacher, you need to understand like, hey, my job's just teaching them. If they want a new teacher, then like they can go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
At that point, then now you're not their teacher. You're just a middle-aged dude who eats chicken nuggets in his mom's house, who works out at the gym.
Right.
So yeah, no, I definitely understand that completely. But talking about middle-aged dudes that eat chicken nuggets in their mom's house.
Hey, man.
I really want to get on. You guys remember when the Area 51 raid was going on?
Oh,
Did y'all
dude.
watch the live stream?
Oh, I did. I was bummed out. I was bummed out. No one rushed the border and got shot, but it's all good.
Hey, no,
Maybe
I
next
think-
time.
there was one guy. Didn't he do a Naruto run?
Yeah, he did one right
No,
past the
I don't think so.
No, he did. He did. If you watch the live stream, he ran right past the cameraman. He didn't run into the Area 51 because obviously no one's trying to get filled with lead. But
That's funny.
it's still funny.
Well, I was
yeah,
surprised. I was surprised there's so many people. No one actually rushed in. I mean,
Yeah, I was surprised that there were so many people at the Capitol and they actually rushed in.
Oh, when the Capitol riot? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I feel like, what if now that people see that you can just riot into the Capitol, they try to do it with Area 51 now?
Oh, that would be a massacre. That would be worse than what happened in China in
No.
1989.
I mean, yeah, but what if the government announces something like, anime women exist and we keep them in Area 51?
Oh, no.
Tommy would be there.
I mean, yes, I'm sorry, I would guilty, but too dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like again, it would be a
holding his
massacre.
anime pillow.
Just like let me in. Yeah, and then like
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
yeah, then I take my anime pillow and I pull out my what's
Block?
the word? My giant shield out of it, and then I start storming it while they're shooting at me, and I'm like, follow me.
Exactly.
Get to the chopper.
At that point, all you have to do is
You
go
gotta
in
find
expansion,
Julian.
and then bam, biggest shield in the world.
Dude, they tell you Area 51 tells you furries do exist and they're keeping them. What do you do?
Blow
We
up
keep
Area
him in there?
51.
Call Bebop.
Call you.
Stop doxing people.
It's all good. I'll edit that out.
I didn't say his name.
You
Yes,
did?
you did.
Oh my gosh. No, but yeah, that's a good point that Raymond made about those people storming the Capitol, and that now maybe they can start storming Area 51. Like, of all the places you could have stormed, why
Well, they
not storm
can't.
Area 51?
They can't now. They're all in jail.
Well, I know they can't now, but I'm saying we got enough crazies in America. I'm sure if Trump got back on board and said, Area 51, they're responsible for everything bad, storm them. All of the radicals would probably start going crazy and try and storm Area 51.
Yeah, I mean,
Both
that's-
sides. Both
yeah.
sides too. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Funny stuff
If
though.
Biden goes, I have hairy legs, and there's ice cream in Area 51.
Yeah,
I'm sure-
Sleepy was just like, oh no.
I think if Biden says that the only way to lower your taxes, storm Area 51, that's when everybody will. And then he'll find some way to blame it on
I will
Trump.
stop raising. I will stop raising taxes if you raid the Capitol. Wait, that sounds like Trump. Damn it!
Yeah. If you storm Area 51,
Someone rub my hairy legs.
what would they find in Area 51 though? Like why does the government keep that such a secret? If it's
You
just an
think
airbase,
aliens
what's going on?
exist? in there?
Alien? Yes, for sure. I've been there.
You
dude.
been in there?
In fact, if anything, that's where he came from.
I've been there. I
Last
worked there,
time I
actually.
saw inside Area 51 was in the
Yo.
movie Looney Tunes Back in Action.
Call me Bob Lazar because I be working on them. Be
Anyway.
deconstructing.
I was going to say, no, I don't think we have aliens in Area 51.
What?
And I don't, because like, come on, for aliens to have gotten to Earth, like, you know what kind of technology they would have to possess, and then like how far and long they would have traveled.
Yeah.
Tommy,
I mean,
Tommy.
I'm assuming it'd be high tech.
It'd be
Whoa, hold
ridiculous.
on.
We wouldn't be able to keep them in Area 51. They would be
Whoa,
so much more advanced than we are.
whoa. Okay, here's my theory on it. You guys know about the big drops the government's been um, telling and releasing about UFOs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm reading them.
And how they have admitted that there are UFOs. They don't know if they are a foreign intelligence or they are anything out of this world. They don't know, but they know they're there, and we have videos of them, and
Mhm.
they're being released. And there's documents like Commander Fraser and all that stuff too. You
Right.
know, the big one.
Right.
I mean, I have a theory that it is drones from yes, it is alien drones, like out of
Alien
this world
drones.
drones. Yeah, I believe. Why would they send people here when they can
I mean, if
send
they have the
drones here
technology to
to
even get
survey?
to our planets, then obviously they would probably send a drone. And like they're advanced enough, they
Yeah,
could probably like, or even implement one of their minds into a computer and be like, "Visual."
that's more of my thought, so they don't have to be here. But it's also like, I also think it is like, people say, why would they be here? Why would they be here? Well, it's like if you can go back in time and see the dinosaurs, wouldn't you? You know, like
Oh shoot!
it
We eat a
yeah,
dinosaur.
no,
America, Earth is a tourist attraction.
yeah, we're primitive, they're of course they would want to study us.
Right.
It's like we have nothing to offer. Yeah, we do. We
Yeah.
have plenty to
Well, and
offer,
I think that would definitely be the case. Like, again, if I think if aliens could get to our planet, that would probably be more the case. If they were a much more advanced civilization, they would probably just observe us. Is that I can't
Right.
pronounce.
Agreed.
Um,
Agreed.
but I'm a rather skeptical person, even with that footage they've released, and I find the fact that people look at these little blips that are moving unexplainably fast and doing unexplainable things and calling them aliens, like. I don't buy it, I'm of the opinion that stuff is more like a visual hallucination, or not hallucination, but like some sort of trick with the cameras.
Well, yeah, I would agree too, but I also would say, and I guess I'm more fascinated by this, but there has been documents released by foreign government uh, about a patent that was released that uses the same technology that we're seeing, like the kind of the weird maneuvering, all that stuff. It implements it, and it was from like something from the 1900s, whatever. But
Mhm.
but if anything, I believe it is something. I don't believe it's an optical illusion or anything like that because there's
Mhm.
just so much of it. I believe, um, especially since the government isn't saying it's a weather balloon, they are saying it's something.
That's what
They
I was
just don't
initially
know.
thinking. I was like, it must be
Right.
a weather balloon.
They're
No,
always saying it's
no.
a weather balloon, though.
They used to all, yeah. And now there's so much, and there's so many people, and and people always say, well, why can't people just record one? I mean, you're talking about something that's 3,600 feet in the air,
Moving
half our stuff.
stupidly fast.
Yeah, going super fast, and it's
Yes.
hard to record a speck, up there, or an airplane,
That's like asking a homeless dude, why don't you just buy a house, doc? It's the same
Yo,
reason.
let's talk about that too. I have a problem. That's not a problem, actually. Do you find it in today's economy a little weird to see panhandlers? Because I saw a dude at Walmart the other day panhandling with a hiring sign right next to him. He's like, any job, I'll take it just for some food and money. And I'm like, there's a hiring sign right next to you.
Well, the thing with
Obviously,
that, I think a lot of homeless people get stuck in that situation because when they become homeless, you
right.
notice how a lot of them don't have shit besides a little toy
IDs.
or maybe a bag. They
Yeah.
don't have
Oh,
a
no.
social. They don't have like an ID. If you don't have your social and ID, you're not getting anywhere because your birth
Yeah, but
certificate's not going to get you anything.
Yeah, but Social Security is down the street. Just go talk to them. You know.
But still, even after that, you need more than just a birth certificate to get a Social Security. You need an
Uh,
ID. But to get an
agreed.
ID, you need your
You
Social
need
Security.
all that.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, there are. It's a very messed up system to get back on track. I
And I
would
feel
agree.
like there should be people in the government that go out and help the people that want to be helped, to get their Social Security and ID so that way they can at least get off the streets. Because, at the moment, no one's just going to hire them.
Right, and a lot of great people are working on that, but not enough. You know,
Yeah.
not enough. Yeah, yeah. So aliens, we've covered aliens. We've covered mindset a lot. I mean, what else do you got planned for us, Raymond?
I wanted to know Tommy's opinion on the homeless thing, too.
Oh,
Let's get
wait.
controversial over
I can
here.
talk now.
Yes, you
Yeah.
can,
I
baby.
mean, maybe
Wow.
not
Let's
yet.
go.
I don't know if let me see. I got to ask the gods if they approve.
Well, no.
Yeah, they approve.
Okay. With the homeless dealio, I think like that's definitely something we should prioritize in our country a little bit better. I think with how we handle homeless people is like, I don't know. It's I wouldn't say it's necessarily right, because for our how do I say this? I think our system and our economy is not easy enough for people who kind of are now driven to nothing or rock bottom like homeless levels to get back up. Well, like once you
Yeah.
get to that point, I think our economy just kind of leaves you in the dust, and that's kind of, I mean, I say that's immoral, and I think that's something that we like all of our money we put into military, we could take a small teeny fraction of that and probably put it into like healthcare, free healthcare, homeless people, like getting them rehabilitation and stuff. But also another thing I think that really plays a role into homeless and like the homeless rate going up and down is things like drug use, things like alcohol abuse. And that what that does is because we live in the information age, and like one of our most important assets, if not our most important assets, are our brain. And a lot of people get easily caught into things like addiction, and that stuff starts to mess them up. So and they start losing, and they start prioritizing their addiction over everything else, and they start losing their life and or like things that are more important in their life, and then they get driven to rock bottom, and now they're homeless, and now all they have left is alcohol or drugs, and that's all they do to make them feel happy anymore. And then they
Right.
get into this perpetual cycle of like, well, I'm homeless, life sucks, I'll inject some heroin, or like I'll drink some vodka or whatever, and pretty soon that their brain starts taking the toll, and now they're brain dead, and there really isn't as much there's not much you can do for people like that at that point. And so I think we as a society with a lot of people, um and not only that, as a society that's starting to make things like drugs, like weed, legal in more and more states, we need to start prioritizing rehabilitation for people who are just starting to approach that level of rock bottom, I guess. Because once they go over a specific threshold, there's no coming back. It's like they're irredeemable at that point. You can't fix a brain that's, you know, partly brain dead. That's like looking at a person with dementia and saying, "Hey, we're gonna put you through some tests and we're gonna bring your memory back." Well, no, you physically can't do that. Those parts of their brain are dead.
Right, right. Can I counter that real quick? I understand, and you
Oh
bring
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
sure,
great
no,
points.
yeah,
You
definitely.
you
Like,
bring a lot of great points. But when it comes to funding and stuff, we give out billions of dollars for funding. In California just alone, I was reading this report. They give them, oh man, it keeps getting higher and higher each year, and
mhm.
so does homelessness and stuff like that. Um, and it's a big problem there because we have the funding, but you want to know what we do with the funding?
What's
It's
that?
a business. It becomes a business. You give you give the leadership of the organization that is being funded by the government to help the homeless population. You give them each $200,000. So
Mhm.
now they have an interest of keeping the funding going. You know, so it becomes this like um, we empower these people to make change with money, but then that money makes corruption.
Well,
we can keep this going, keep
Right.
funding. They'll keep give us funding. We don't have to help them. So then there are people that help, but we fund them so much money to do so that they just have an incentive to keep going with the homeless problem.
Well, and that's something that I think you can find with like charities, and that's what really like pisses me off about charities. Is
Oh yeah.
because like you like they have this just cause, but really like I don't know.
It's a tax
I don't know what the
write-off.
percentage is, but pretty much most of the money goes to the people on top of the actual charity, and a small percentage of that actually goes to anything. And I'm like, well, you're what's the word? You're monopolizing like a just cause. Like what the hell, man? And that's why I say with the homeless thing and things like healthcare as much, we need. I don't know if this is the word, but I think right now they're like unions or something, or they unionize or something, or they're like businesses, right? I think
Right.
if the government wants to actually mandate that kind of stuff, then I think the government should not necessarily demolish these businesses, but essentially adopt them as a government-ran business. And so now like healthcare is no longer these separate businesses with CEOs and whatnot, and now it's more so just these organizations ran by the federal government.
Well,
that's one way I could see that we could,
right. I agree, but we also have to be very lenient on giving the government the power to say, just because they do tend to take the cheap route or kind of put in policies that are
especially the American government, like
right. Yeah, we are a flawed system, but I tend to think we still have it very good. I don't think we're a government that needs to be tore down. I think we need to be just like every other government, we are flawed. We're not perfect, but our country is cool and I love our country. But
well, definitely. I like our what's our what's the word? Our motto, freedom. And I think that's definitely something that we need to hold. Like if you give the government too much power, obviously you don't want the government to start to infringe on the freedom and liberties of the actual people. Because like that is an actual thing that could happen. And if that happens, then we could have another civil war on our hands.
right.
If you give them too much freedom, though, they might just storm the Capitol.
Exactly. And so there's some issues.
Yeah, and that's why we have this balancing act, and it's worked for a couple hundred years, But we're still a new country, and we're still learning things out. I also think, dude, the amendments were made to be changed. Why haven't we changed them?
Because they were written by our boys back in the day, and I don't think anybody wants to change them, especially the government.
We have changed them. We have changed them on very rare occasions. I'm pretty sure.
We have,
because
but they're
I don't. I think the whole idea is that the amendments essentially set the foundation for our the infrastructure of our government and keep our government accountable. And so I think the people on top probably realize like, hey, we should probably not change these too much, because if we start promoting change in the amendments, then we're getting closer to like things that happened in Russia.
Law,
Yeah, and so like in Russia, you look at after they tore down the USSR and whatnot and all that great and not great stuff, but all that like is it dictatorship? Like after they tore down the dictatorship, they were trying to make it more of like a democracy, and supposedly they're a quote unquote democracy. Democracy my ass.
my ass.
But Putin, after getting in power, that guy started like he started changing things, and he started like he's corrupt. He started like taking out the competition, and pretty soon he got such a good grip on power. I mean, like, because change was promoted too much, I'd say. And so now they're stuck back into a dictatorship, and Putin's on top. And I'm saying in America, I think the idea is, well, we have these amendments, so we want to stay accountable by the rules of the amendments. Let's not promote change too much unless absolutely necessary, or else people are going to think, man, we could just throw anything in there.
I mean, we may disagree on some political views, but I think that was well said. And also, I think conversation without arguing and fighting and wanting to destroy the other person. We are all human and have a lot of us we all have the same interests. We all want sex, food, and love,
Wow.
you know,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. I
security,
guess so. Yeah.
and security. And a lot of people, a lot of people want to tear this country down, and I think that is a bad idea. I think it needs reform. Everything needs reform. Systems have to be updated.
I think our country just needs to come to a middle ground, really. I don't even think we need reform. If anything,
Yes,
I just
yes.
think we need, like, you look at us during the Cold War, and this is like not the best example, or during 9/11, or even during World War II. I think we just need a common enemy. And we need
Yeah, that's
people, we need level-headed people on top to spearhead any kind of movement. So like, in the case of, and like in the case of Trump, and I'm no, screw that. I'm sorry, I'm dissing Trump now. He is not a level-headed man who should have been on top of the
no.
country during the COVID pandemic, because he came with the outlook that, hey guys, every month he's like, we're turning a corner, it's gone, and I think that that
It'll be
promoted,
gone by Easter.
yeah, and that promoted, and like that is, that promoted people to go outside and disregard a common enemy, which was a virus, just because they couldn't see it and they were going by someone else's word. And I think that was detrimental to us as a country, and that caused, the death of quite a few people. And obviously, like, more things have contributed to that, but that's like one. But like, he was the president at the time, and I think we need more level-headed leaders on top. So like in the case of 9/11 and how like Bush Jr. and Bush Sr. handled that, I think that was pretty good. Like, because they did what had to be done, no questions, no political agenda, no personal agenda, I mean. And
Well,
that
besides the fact that he caused 9/11. No, I'm joking.
that's in the
Well,
comments below, guys, post your conspiracy theories.
In the
I was gonna
comments, please.
say, for the sake of time, though, because we're getting close to the end here,
Mhm.
so going forward in the future with the next president after Biden, or even Biden, like right now, for the future, what do you think? What do you guys think that we could like improve? What do you guys think we could improve as a country to actually grow, get better, and get back to like, or get to where we should be?
Mm.
Well, I
I'll
think.
yeah. Sorry, T, you
Sorry,
go first.
sorry about that, guy. I think we need a lot more compassion. I think people live on this. We're in a pivotal moment of the human race where we have this technology that we've only had for what, 10 years probably for most of us, and 20 years, whatever. I think we're just dehumanizing each other because of it. It's like people could be listening to this, and they could be reading Raymond or Tommy or Teapot's tweets or Instagram posts, and they could take it any way they want. They don't have to know the person, and they don't have to care for the person, so they can dehumanize them online, and then they can attack and whatnot. We need a lot more compassion and love, and people need to know that everyone, you don't always have to think the same. Everyone's so different. I mean, just we need a lot more love and compassion towards one another.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Oh,
Absolutely.
sorry, I was I was gonna go.
No, go.
I think for our country, like, something we should see moving forward is, okay, well, this is a big package to unpack real quick, but the first thing I say we should prioritize is learning how to talk to each other. I think that's something Americans have definitely forgotten. We've become so polarized in our own opinions that we can't even have civil discussions anymore without people feeling personally offended and attacked. by
Fact, yeah.
everything that someone else says. It's like, no, calm down. They're entitled to their opinion just as you are. And so if you're the one who initiated a political discussion with them or a debate, then hear them out, listen to their side of the story, unless they're obviously unless they're like mentally delusional and crazy. But like, that's if they're like like, what are the odds you're going to debate? Why would you even be debating with them if they're like supposed to be in an asylum anyway?
Exactly.
But if they're just a normal person, then listen to them, listen to their opinion. And if you disagree, then after you're done with the debate, you don't have to talk anymore. You don't have to hate the person either. Like, again, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and we just need to understand that, like, you're not going to always agree with someone. Like, big deal.
Yeah.
And
that's what makes. Oh.
Oh no, sorry. What were you saying?
I'm such a communist. I keep interrupting everyone. No,
That's
I'm
all right,
saying
you little tyrannist.
no. You're absolutely right though. I think that this country, look, people just need to understand that we are all different, and it's okay. Like, it's okay, because this, what makes this country so great is that we are allowed to be different. We are allowed to criticize. We are allowed to talk to each other freely. We are allowed to express our opinions. And some people, that is a bad idea because they are stupid, like literally stupid. And then they bring on other people on board to their idea, and then it just spreads like wildfire. But those things are going to happen everywhere,
Right, you can't really stop
And
that.
yeah, and I mean, we just have to realize, look, everyone's the same. Everyone wants love. Everyone wants to party. And just remember that, Again, sorry for interrupting you. I got a big
Oh no,
mouth.
that's totally fine.
But
Another thing though, I think that we should work on as a country is, and this is more so like on the government side of things, we need to fix corruption. Like, I just a few days ago, and this is not America, this is China. You've heard about what happened in 1989, right?
No, what happened?
Let me see if I can find it. It was a protest in 1989. There's a name for it.
guy in
Tiananmen
front of the
Square.
tank.
Yeah. So in 1989 in China, Tiananmen Square, a bunch of college students were protesting against, like dictatorship and communism, and they were saying democracy is good. Well, the government was like, we don't like that, so they bring the tanks and all the military guys, and they just open fired on a bunch of college students, civilians. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, this stuff needs to end. We need to we need governments like Russia and China that are like hard dictatorships with like the kind of power to take out their own civilians. That should not be allowed. I think that should be demolished eventually. But obviously we can't really do that right now with the nuclear warheads and everything. But in America, that's something we need to fix corruption. So like you know the Clinton Foundation and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Billy
like,
Boy.
yeah, they have a lot of like iffy stuff with them, and so I mean, I don't know, that kind of stuff I don't think should be allowed in our country, because like there's so much corruption there that we need to up like, in same thing with people like Joe Biden and stuff, and Donald Trump. They've all, like, Donald Trump, he was in cahoots with Epstein. He was buds with him, and Epstein was buds with Bill Clinton and the Clinton Foundation. And you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all these connections to these different people, and I'm saying, well, why are these guys the guys that are on top of our country? Why can't we get like a level-headed person on top? Why do we have some like pedophile, some rapists, some like straight up murderers and stuff? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hear you saying.
It's dangerous, and it's
I think. Oh, sorry. I think.
No.
I think to want to be in a political power state, a spot, you have to be crazy. Like, no one wants to do that job.
I mean, I'll do that job if push comes to shove. Like, I would take up the mantle of president, because like, and I do agree, it takes a narcissistic personality to some extent to even be like a celebrity of some sort. But like, I liked, me personally, I really like to look at the bigger pictures, and I honestly, I always put like the interest of mankind as a whole before my own personal interest, because I realize our lives are just little blimps in the whole scale of the history of mankind, and we could easily be forgotten unless we do something big or something great. And so often I'm thinking like, well, what can I do? You know, like what will be for the betterment of like this country or the betterment of even the world? Because America is like the most powerful country in the world. What they do will affect the whole world. And so and people like Trump and Biden and the Clinton Foundation, they're on top of this country, meaning they're on top of the world, and they can get away with so much stuff, and it's not safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes complete sense. I actually watched an interview with one of Epstein's cohorts, Prince Andrew of Britain, and it was terrible. He basically admitted without admitting that he was in cahoots with Epstein and these girls he was bringing over and all the time. It was the crappiest interview he's ever been in.
Yeah,
He basically exposed himself.
disgusting. It's nasty.
It really is. It really is. But other than that, we're actually at the end of our recording time actually. So honestly, this was a very productive chat. You guys had a lot of great opinions, and I really love it. I really love it. And for all of you watching out there, please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can check out the podcast there, and or follow on any of the platforms we'll have linked on our website, which will be in the description below, as well as our socials. If you guys have anything you'd like us to talk about on the podcast, then please leave it in the comments below or email us at mamasboys2000@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. You guys have a beautiful day.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me, and I'm excited to do another one with you guys soon.